How's it going, YouTube? This is Wi-Fi Memory here today. Today I am bringing you guys a pretty interesting video. This is going to be a little bit more laid back. I've got myself a new team built and everything, but I really don't want to showcase this new team until the next week. So for this video, I kind of got more of a relaxed team. I still think it's going to be really fun. We are featuring one Pokemon from our new team. And this man is just now leaving, but that's okay because I can still introduce everything. I am still using one Pokemon from the new team. The rest of the team is... I don't even fully know if I fully featured that team yet on the channel. It's a Sun team. It really didn't go as planned. Like, the team itself performed kind of poorly. But I still have some key aspects with that team that I put with this team and kind of just threw everything together, and we'll see how it goes. I want to try and find a live battle for you guys, so I'll cut to the live battle as soon as it happens. So that didn't take long. I'm pretty sure I'm not even going to be editing that part out. Rohan just came on in and is accepting our battle. But here's the team: Gallade, Ninetales, Venusaur, Azumarill, you've seen before, Weezing, and Garchomp. So yeah, let's get everything started. I'm for sure you've probably seen most of these Pokemon already, and if you haven't, hey, here you are. Here's today's video. You know, work schedule has been a little tight here lately, so that's why I have less uploads here recently. I kind of had a feeling with the new year and everything, work wants to get off on a strong start. Today, Friday, I live in the States, and around the Cumberland Plateau anyway, and we have experienced some big snowstorms and everything, so we unfortunately, we weren't able to go into work today. So that kind of pushed our schedule out, and now we're having to work Saturday and Sunday to make up for the time. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm not going to be ranting on about that too much because that's not what you guys are here for, but it is affecting my uploads a little bit. But anyway, let's leave Ninetales. I'm liking Ninetales, and we'll see what happens. If we can get the sun up, I could have had the heat rock on it on this Ninetales versus a focus sash, but you know what? We'll see what happens. Alright, so he goes ahead and leads off with Gardevoir. Got a bottle of water here too. As I go ahead and lead off with our Ninetales. Now, knowing that we do have the Focus Sash, Ninetales does make a great lead because it can't be easily knocked out. Gardevoir actually doesn't fully threaten me, so I'm actually going to go try and set up a nasty plot just to see if Gardevoir is maybe going to be switching. Maybe we can low-key get a Ninetales sweep going, you know? You never know. Like, you kind of know, but then you don't know. The Ninetales is rocking out with Nasty Plot. You've seen Roar on there too, so it's a very interesting Ninetales set. And Ninetales actually don't get that many great moves. I could have put Dark Post there. I think it still gets it. But, you know, at the end of the day, Roar seemed like the most fitting at the time. Gardevoir goes for the Psychic, and it does just over half. That's a little bit concerning, actually. Do we have a good switch? We do not have a great switch at all. That's a little concerning because I don't necessarily know if we can take another one. Here comes the Psychic. Come on, Ninetales, you gotta take it. Unfortunately, we should not have went for that Nasty Plot. Ooh, okay, things are getting rough from the get-go, but we do have Venusaur. This Venusaur is going to be super speedy thanks to our Chlorophyll ability. And we can easily throw a Sludge Bomb off. Our item is White Herb. And for my... Ooh, he's Choice Scarf. We do survive. So if we do get a stat drop, what White Herb does... No. It's been so long since I used White Herb. Yeah, if we go for the Leaf Storm, that poison was huge. Can't not mention that. But if I go for my Leaf Storm, I get my minus attack. I'm still able to go for another Leaf Storm because of our White Herb, making it to where my stat drops do not count. At least for one turn. It's a one turn use item, basically. But it can be very useful in situations. That Gardevoir being scarfed really could have wrecked our whole team. That was actually kind of scary to see it outspeed Venusaur, because that's not what I was expecting at all. Alright, man. We do have Sleep Powder unlocked, and we can at least put one Pokemon asleep. So that might be what we decide to do here. We just depending on who he sends out and what he wants to try and do to us. Alright, so Scizor comes out. Now, he could be expecting us to want to switch. The thing is, I don't necessarily think we have to. You know, because what I'm thinking is we put Scizor asleep. If he goes for a SD, we did good. If he goes for a Bullet Punch, he claims his KO. That's the right play. But I wanted to punish the Swords Dance. I did not want him to set that up for free. I wanted that Scizor to go to sleep. Alright, so right here, hey, you remember this guy? Choice Specs Azumarill is going to come back out. Now, Scizor shouldn't be able to threaten us all that hard, and we're not going to be threatening him the hardest, but we do have Focus Blast, so why not go for it? It ain't super effective or nothing, but there's no way you're predicting this. You go into your own Azumarill. Very interesting. So you do end up resisting our Focus Blast, but how well are you going to be taking it? You actually take it relatively well, but that's fine. That is still fine. We should be able to, I say, go into Weezing, expecting the Belly Drum. I don't really want to take a Belly Drum, but we do have to expect it from this part. He could easily go for Aqua Jet or anything. Play Rough. Okay, so that's fine. Not very effective. We resist. Glass Sludge gives us a little bit of HP back. And now what I'm thinking, the reason we brought Weezing out is so we can Will-O-Wisp. That cuts the attack of any physical attacker. You know, any Pokemon actually if you burn them. But it's notable on the physical attackers. And Weezing's actually a really good physical wall. If you guys have not tried Weezing out yet, I would highly recommend you guys try him out. Because he can tank some hits. Like we were able to take 2 Play Roughs. I don't know. That's kind of a low-key sign that why did he go for 2 Play Roughs? Because he's choiced. You know, he shouldn't be going for those Play Roughs. Unless he's choice. Unless he's also bluffing. He can be bluffing. I don't know the damage output necessarily. He could be scarfed. You know. Easily could be scarfed. Azumarill. We don't know that for a fact or nothing. He could be banded because I just don't know the damage. You know, because with a huge power and everything, I just know one thing. I don't really want to switch anything in on it. So let's go for that big Sludge Bomb and see what happens. We should be relatively okay. We should be able to tank at least this one. It could also miss, please. It don't. But you know what? We do tank it. How much is our Sludge Bomb doing? Does it pick up the KO? Weezing with a huge KO here. Bringing the momentum back to our side. Bringing the momentum back to us. Alright, so what you bringing out, man? Latios. Alright. So this is probably the biggest problem on this man's team. Unfortunately, I do not have Garchomp in with a sub. We can go into our Azumarill, and that's what I'm going to do. Trying to preserve our Weezing as much as possible. He goes for the Psychic. Good play, because that could do a big chunk of damage. Dang gum. Okay, that is a fantastic play on our opponent's part. because we don't really have we can't switch. We have to save Gallade. So we kind of have to hope that he either A, misclicks, or B, that we're able to survive. Unfortunately, we are not going to be able to survive. I can bring up Gallade now, and I can definitely threaten this thing with a knockoff. We should be faster since he is life form. I'm not too worried about us not being able to outspeed. But I am worried that things can easily go south fast if we're not careful. So knockoff comes out and it gets the KO on the Latios. That's fantastic because that keeps us in the game. You know, right now I actually believe we're tied. Even though I'm not feeling like we're playing the greatest game, I feel like we're still in this game. Somehow, some way, we're in it. You know, we are locked into knockoff, but frankly, at this moment, that's not that bad, right? Yeah, I'm not that's not too bad. Because at any point, I can really get Garchomp going. Alright, so we go ahead and knock off the leftovers. You go for the aerial ace, takes out the Gallade. But not before we take out your, not before we take his a few options. I want to see if we can set up a substitute. He might go for Bullet Punch. He may go for SD. If we can get sub up, we're in a great spot. He goes for aerial. He's trying to take out our sub. Fantastic play. I gotta give it to him. That's what he's wanting to go for. And he's making the right call there. So we have to go offensive at this moment. Because he's not going to give it to us. You know, we're going to have to go for the Earthquake. If we don't go for the Earthquake, he can easily start picking us off. So we got to see if we can get the KO. Unfortunately, we miss. Was he using X Scissor? It's not Technician boosted. And we are Rough Skin. So Scizor actually goes down. That's awesome. Scizor goes down. That opens up so much now, I believe, for Garchomp, because Latios is down. That was the biggest threats right there, Scizor and Latios. And we were able to take him down. Speaking of another threat, though, they do have Cloyster. Garchomp should, honestly... I don't know, Cloyster can be bulky. Do we outspeed too? We should, unless he is Choice Scarfed. And if he's Choice Scarfed, he wins anyway, because our Weezing cannot take an attack. So let's go for it. Let's go for Outrage. We do outspeed. We are unfortunately don't have the +6 or +2 attack even. And he goes for Shell Smash. That could have been our opportunity to maybe try and set up a sub. Maybe. But a little bit too late. Let's just see if Garchomp can outspeed. That's gonna be the big thing right now. Can we actually outspeed this Cloyster at? Because he's at +1, and Garchomp is a relatively speedy Pokemon, but unfortunately, he lands his Icicle Spear and is gonna be able to take us out. So I got one more Pokemon left. That's gonna be our Weezing. I believe, unfortunately, this is our opponent's game. At least for game 1. Let's see if he wants to try and do a game 2. And we can maybe make a little bit of a comeback or something. But I've noticed here lately, too, a lot of people don't want to do a game 2 if they beat you in game 1. I've noticed that. I'm always up for it. Let's see if he wants to do a game 2. Yeah, let's play with the same rules. See what he wants to do. See what I'm saying? Battle will end because he wants to cancel. He's actually leaving this room now. Okay, so I'm going to cut to the next battle. He's rocking out with a relatively cool team of Breloom, Gyarados, Gliscor, Infernape, Luxray, and Latios. Alright, so what we need to try to do is get Garchomp set up. I think once you get Garchomp set up, We need Gliscor off the field. To do that, Azumarill is not a bad Pokemon at all here. Need to save you from the Luxray, but I'm going to lead Azumarill. And we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens because, I mean, Azumarill can definitely put a dent onto our opponent's team right away if they lead Gliscor. Luxray is a very interesting lead. Just because I don't necessarily know what you gain by leading Luxray, because Luxray is a pretty cool mid-game Pokemon. I don't necessarily see it being a good lead. I mean, you get the Intimidate proc, and you're forcing me to switch. So maybe he was predicting the Azumarill because he doesn't want me to. He don't know I'm special. You know, at the end of the day, you don't know I'm special. And I gotta keep that in mind. So he's probably trying to stop a potential belly drum Azumarill. Which, hey, good job. Wild Charge on my Garchomp switching. It's not gonna happen. I feel like you're feeling relatively threatened, right? Let's set up the substitute. The reason that we're wanting to set up a substitute before Swords Dancing is mainly due to we're just checking to see what they want to do. He shows me Ice Fang. Okay, fantastic. I can just take you out, but I wanted to make sure you weren't going to be switching. Because if you were going to switch, I was going to take the advantage of having a substitute. Here's another question. Is it possible that he is Focus Sashed? We don't know. This is a little bit risky, but we're going to go for the EQ to see what happens. He is not Focus Sash. It would have been kind of weird because he did have Wild Charge on this set, but you just never know. Some people play with some of the strangest stuff. So always keep that in mind. Keep that secondary thought in your head. Maybe he is Choice Scarf. You know, you never know. Or Focus Sash. I've seen some strange Focus Sash. Like here lately when we did the Best of 3 against Zach, I believe it was a Focus Sash Garchomp. Of all things, it's like, wait a minute. Really? That's crazy. Alright, so Gyarados is out now. And definitely just going to go easy switch back into our Azumarill. Azumarill will be taking a few hits here and there, but I think overall it's going to be fine. Like I said, Azumarill is just there to kind of keep Garchomp safe. They make an actually pretty decent core. Relatively pretty decent core if everything works out the best. You know, we're going to go for the Ice Beam, trying to get some decent chip onto this Gyarados. And then, I mean, if you want to switch that Latios, be my guest. You know, thinking that I'm going to try and belly drum or something. I could definitely see it. Breloom comes out. Fantastic. Actually, we are Sap Sipper Azumarill, so if Breloom wants to try to hit us super effective with a... Actually, he just goes down. Fantastic. That could be another Salty Rage Quit right here. Let's see. No, Latios. Okay, fantastic. I want damage on this thing. I want to see how much damage Choice Specs Azumarill can do to this thing. So let's see what happens. Thunderbolt comes out. We surviving because a good EV spread I have on this thing. It was custom by myself to let basically survive stuff like this. And it's a pretty good 2-hit KO Pokemon. Like if we got the freeze there, we would have been able to 2-hit KO that Latios. Unfortunately, we do not get the freeze, and Azumarill will go down, but you can't tell me Azumarill didn't go down without doing huge damage to our opponent first. Breloom went down, and Latios is in the red. So right here, I'm going to go into our Gallade. Choice Scarf Gallade. Let's see what it can do. We can definitely go for knockoff. It's a relatively safe play. In case if they do want to switch, it's still a good play. You can't go wrong with trying to knock off their item. It's a relatively strong play because we knock out the Latios. We know it will. Plus, if they wanted to switch, we can knock out their items, so it's always just relatively safe. Gliscor comes out. Okay. Like, I'm okay with just knocking off your Toxicor. Unless you have Protect. You won't have that Toxicor, which then your ability is useless and your item. Because, you know, I mean, and then Gliscor, what's a Gliscor without its Toxicor, right? So, hey, I'm okay with taking half of HP on my Glade to take your Toxicor away. And then I'm going to go switch into my Weezing, which has the ability Levitate to basically nullify your Earthquake, you know? So now, we're just going to give you that good old Will-O-Wisp. And you're not going to like me at all, are you? Like, I don't know if you even feel like you can stay in on this. Like, we could have went for something else, like a Sludge Bomb or something, predicting a switch. But I feel relatively okay right now to go for the Will-O-Wisp. Because you might bring out a Pokemon like Gyarados. And getting a burn on Gyarados can really put the momentum in our favor. We really don't care about the Intimidate because we are a Weezing. And we hit mostly on the special side. Alright, so Gyarados is now burnt. That's actually pretty cool. That's actually very, very nice for us. That just makes it to where Weezing can actually stay in and fight your Gyarados. Because what can Gyarados do? Set up the Dragon Dances all day you want. Your attack is still halved. So, if you set up to +6, you're only going to be hitting me at +3. Which, yes, it's relatively tough. But Weezing's a boss. And I could honestly just let the burn work for me. You know, it's taking some damage off. I can easily go for my Protect play if I feel like I'm getting threatened. Like, if I get this Gyarados low, like, he ain't gonna go for another Dragon Dance. I'll tell you that right now. He wants to go for an offensive attack. Because he's getting super low. We can go for Protect. Just let another burn tick on him, you know? And now his Gyarados, he's basically at a neutral state, yet he's very weakened. You know, like, his attack is ongoing. Since he's only +2, he's at a neutral power. And we're going to be able to take him out. By only taking, what, 1/4 of our HP? Maybe even 1/5? Yeah, I'll take that trade all day. Like, you can't tell me that's not a good trade for us. Alright, this Gliscor is ready to be bullied again. I'm okay with throwing another Will-O-Wisp out. You're losing Pokemon. Battle is canceled. That's game. Guys, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. I felt like my throat got a little, I don't know. I don't know necessarily the word, frogged or something, you know? So hopefully, this narration wasn't too awful for you guys. But anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. Like, comment, subscribe if you guys are new. This is Wi-Fi Merriman signing out.